back at the tailgate. Josh, what have you got for us?
All right, so I'm making some nice ribs here. And essentially, all I'm going to do with these ribs, Mike, is I am going to salt them and I'm going to grill them. This is the most elemental form of meat cookery known to man. I'm prejudiced against virtuosity and ostentation for its own sake. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take these ribs, I'm going to lay them out here so that they're all meat up. So we're going to salt these.
Here comes that kosher salt.
Lots of kosher salt, because it's going to form a nice crust and it's going to draw out all those sweet porky juices. I have a little bit of crappy pepper. I've gone out of my way to get the crappiest pepper possible, just to demonstrate. I don't put on much. These are good spare ribs with a nice fat cover, so they'll soon create their own fat. And in fact, what I'm hoping is, if we're lucky, Mike, these things might flare up a little bit. In fact, what I'm going to do...
A flare up?
Yes, I'm going to put some, what I think of as flare up bait.
I think it's fair to mention at this point, Josh, that I am getting quite an aroma.
I am going to make sure that these don't stick. I'm going to move them a little bit.
Might be a good opportunity to talk about the concept of the heat sink.
Well, Mike, you raise a really important point. One of the reasons why I love cooking things with bones on a grill is that, aside from the fact that meat that's close to a bone generally tastes really good, the bone acts as a heat sink. So that bone basically stays cold a long, long time, even over very hot fire, which means it keeps the meat from overcooking and drying out.
I see.
So the outside gets crusty, crazy crusty, in fact, and the inside is still seething with juice. As the winds shift, the smoke is constantly going in one or another direction, and I always want to be upwind from it.
It's unfortunate that I'm downwind from you.
This, I hope, will disabuse everyone of the notion that spare ribs need to be slow cooked, moist cooked, or smoked to be edible. These are very forgiving. I know this looks like I'm burning them, Mike. These are not burning. They're browning.
Right? Looking lovely, smelling lovely, Josh. Can I just emphasize that? Infuse a little bit of flavor. You can smell it on the rib. These things absolutely smell terrific. Lovely. The salt is... First of all, I should note it is crusty, as you mentioned. It's a lovely mahogany.
Pipe down and eat the rib, Mike. Come on.
Save for a slight portion near the bone, the bottom.
Good, right?
Lovely.
Good.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm Josh Ozerski, and this is how you grill spare ribs.